Thank you for choosing the SNL Fan Podcast. I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And in this installment, basically, this is part two of the Lady Gaga episode review. I cut the tape off earlier and handled some business, and plus it was getting a little too long, so I wanted to shorten it up. But before I continue the review, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to South Coast Records. South Coast Records is a large independent record company based in Orlando, Florida, and they have, even though they're based in Orlando, Florida, they have artists from all over the globe, all over the United States, and they have hot music. Some Kosher Yuppie is also signed to the label. He has that hot single out called In Due Time. Plus, they have an artist named Jay Fresco. He's also hot. Has a has a hot single called Slow Down. I'll put the link in the information box below so you can check out their official website. I'm telling you, the music is hot. But don't take my word for it. Listen to it for yourself. And let me just go ahead and get into the rest of this review. Next was the Blockbusters skit. Digital short. You know what? Michael Brien was actually watchable in this skit. Not I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, Michael Brien. I mean, he definitely needs to improve. But yeah, I like this Blockbuster skit. How Blockbuster is pretty much dead. Nobody rents music. Nobody rents CDs from or DVDs anymore. I mean, well, they do, but they rent them from the Red Box and things like that. Or they go on Netflix, or they get bootlegs, or they just go on the internet and buy the little things off the internet and stuff like that. So, Blockbuster video rentals, Hollywood videos, all that stuff is just, boom, it's gone. And I like how they had a little funny take on that in this digital short. Aidy Bryant was definitely funny in it. Aidy Bryant, man, oh my God, that was definitely a good move putting her in the cast. What else would I like to say about this skit? Good to see Beck Bennett as always. Let's see, Lady Gaga's Gypsy performance. Like I said, I don't rate the music. Did good anyway. Let's see, the fourth grade talent show skit. That was good. It's good to see John Milhiser, the lead in a skit, and he did pretty good. I guess he's good at the physical humor and things like that. Lady Gaga, she did her thing, and it was great, man. It's kind of like the performance she did with R. Kelly, but a little toned down. And Kenan Thompson, I just think they just put Kenan Thompson in skits just so he can have he can look at how the camera zooms to him, and he has like a weird look on his face, like what? I think they just got Kenan so he can make a face. That show Living Single, with Queen Latifah, and like every time somebody would say something crazy, it would just cut to Queen Latifah making a face like what the heck. Oh yeah, and another thing, what the Golden Girls was like that too, where they always used to show B. Arthur, like every time Betty White's character would say something crazy, like back in St. Olaf and blah blah blah, and Betty White would be looking like what the heck. B. Arthur would be looking like what the heck. That's what they got Kenan for, just to make to mug the camera. What else is going on? Yeah, it was a good skit. Good to finally see John Milhiser do something. Yeah, he was the lead in that the Centaur skit too. I guess like I said, he's just the physical kind of guy from what I'm seeing. And he's great. The Future Gaga skit, I like that as well too. And I like how Lady Gaga has a good sense of humor. How she can just kind of make fun of herself, and the premise of this skit is pretty much is based in the future. And Lady Gaga is a washed-up singer, and nobody remembers her music. And it was funny, man. Kenan was funny in it. Lady Gaga and Kenan played off each other pretty well. It was funny, man. Lady Gaga was great, man. She really did kind of present herself. She kind of, I don't know, had like a. Kate McKinnon didn't appear in much things, but I guess you didn't really need her. Yeah, Lady Gaga would have played the stuff that she would have played, I guess. um, let's see, that Rose's Zone skit, that was funny too. Um, pretty much the reality shows are pretty much football for women, sports for women. You got the instant replays on the on the reality shows and things like that, and everybody acting like cackling hands and rolling their neck and getting sassy and fighting and being ratchet. Ratchet, you know. Um, yeah, it was a good skit. Pretty much as a whole, this whole episode was decent. It wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I kind of had higher expectations because I thought, since Lady Gaga hosting, I thought it was going to be kind of like a big buzzworthy, like, like a big over the top production. Um, another thing I noticed about Lady Gaga too, she kind of sounds like E.G. Daily a little bit. Not when she sings, of course, but when she when she's talking and things like that in the sketches. See, it kind of has that raspy kind of voice. Um, I also saw a skit where they did where Lady Gaga was a female sea captain, and they had it on NBC.com, and that was a funny skit too, man. I guess it got cut because you can't put everything on the show, but that was a decent. That would have been a fun little skit to have on this episode too. I guess you got to go to NBC.com to check it out if they still got it up there. Um, but yeah, just overall, the show was great. Lady Gaga did her thing. Um, but I don't know. I thought it was gonna be kind of over the top. But well, anyway, yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm just some guy named Jay. Also, check out the link in the information box below. South Coast Records, and check out their music. All right. That's all I like to say. I'm just some guy named Jay, and that's news to me.